Typically, you want to choose a vase that's a good bit taller. These plants, when you force them inside, when they have free access to as much water as they want, they tend to get fairly tall and leggy. Without any support, they'll fall over, especially when they start blooming and getting top heavy. They'll fall over and you may have to stake them up. A tall vase like this gives them support so you don't have to worry about it. And for this one, I'm just having fun. I want to see all the roots grow, see how long they grow. I did wash these rocks before I put them in just to make sure there's no dirt or chemicals or other things on them, just to keep the plants healthy. Putting rocks down in the bottom does a few things. It gives a good bit of space for the roots to grow. It keeps the bulbs up out of the water while still having room below for them to grow. But also, I've got some nice black river stones here. I think it looks pretty good, especially when the white roots come out. You get a nice contrast of the black stone and the white roots. I've done the best I can to put them all about the same level. The very bottom of the bulbs about the same level, supported with rocks. Another thing these rocks will do is give something for the roots to wrap around. That'll give the bulbs a lot of support and help keep the plants upright and keep the bulbs from falling over. I've packed as many as I can in here. This will give us dense growth and dense blooms. I also have some bulbs in here from several different batches. Some of them already are just starting to grow roots, and some of them don't have any roots. So that will extend the blooming period. There might be a few less blooming at any given time, but the overall bloom will be longer. If you can avoid it, you don't want your bulbs to be submerged in water. You want water just to be up to the very bottom where the roots are going to come out. If you have them submerged, they'll sometimes do okay, but you may have some rotting bulbs if they're completely underwater. With these two, I've tried to put the bulbs, not the same level, but similar level. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put alcohol in one of these once the roots start growing to see if that can stunt the growth. These plants tend to get very tall and leggy and then fall over. That's one reason I like using these tall vases, is because it supports the plants and keeps them from falling over. But you can also put alcohol in, which will stunt the growth, but not keep them from blooming. So I'm going to do one of these with alcohol, one without alcohol, and see the different heights that they grow. You want to put these in a window where they're going to get a lot of sunlight, but not excessive direct sunshine. So especially when they start blooming, you don't want them to get a lot of direct sunshine. The blooms won't last as long if they do. One thing you can do is put these in a dark spot to start them. So if you put them in a dark and reasonably cool, not cold, but a reasonably cool place, that will actually encourage them to start root growth before they start growing the plants in the light. It's not necessary. I actually typically don't do that, but I have, and it does encourage healthy, strong, significant root growth. All these details are best practice and good things to do. At the same time, my grandmother grew these every single year. All she did was jam them down in some gravel in a container, dump water over them, nearly completely submerge them in water, and they grew fine every year. Submerging them in water, you might get a little bit of rot. Arranging them so they're level helps have the water just up to the bottom. And I think it actually looks kind of nice to fit as many as you can in there, have them all on the same plane. But most of this is unnecessary. You can just stick them in rocks, stick them in a container, put water on it. It'll probably grow just fine.